Hey, this is Munz from the Down Troddence, and you are listening to Metal Wani.
Hey Munz, how are you doing, brother?
Good.
I'm just wondering from where to start because if I look at the Downtrodden's history, I feel that this is probably the only metal band from India that has stayed true to your roots
Wow, that's an honor.
when it comes to explore your cultural activities and also your the music which you follow your
Yeah.
the local basically it has influenced you. So you
Yeah.
have tell me how does it feel to be like to be a band that has stayed true to your roots and also delivered flawlessly.
Well, that's a good question. Actually, when we started, uh, our aim was not to, be a band or anything else.
Hmm.
So we just composed with all our influence. We wrote a song. At that time, that was the influence, and
Okay.
we wrote a song called Death Vanity. That was our first single.
Hmm.
And after that, we released the song and we started getting a lot of feedback
Hmm.
from a lot of people. We just realized, they accepted our music.
Okay.
Then we started taking things seriously, and then we started progressing. And we released the album. So even if you check that in the album,
Hmm.
it shows the progress of our musical journey. So it started from Death Vanity. At that time, our aim was just to make the song sound good.
Hmm.
You know, just make it sound really nice so that people will like and we'll get some fans.
Okay.
So that was the whole intention when we started. But later, our influences started changing.
Right.
So we started listening to all new bands and a lot of music. So that started affecting our music. Maybe in a good way, maybe in a bad way, I don't know. So the entire structure of the songs, finally we reached a song called Chabilla.
Mhm.
That time we were listening to a lot of, ambient stuff. So yeah, so it shows the musical progress. And our main intention when we don't put a lot of intention while we make music, but still our main intention uh, was not to show off
Right.
in any way.
Hmm.
Sometimes for some people it's cool to be old school. For some people it's very cool to be new school,
Right.
be rebel and stuff. So I mean, we didn't want to pretend like okay, we are some metalheads or we are some, we are singing this, so you guys buy our album. So nothing like that. So I think we did our justice on this because we always been true to ourselves first.
That's the point.
Yeah, we are not making music for pleasing others, but if somebody is liking our music, we are making music for ourselves first,
Hmm.
and if someone else is also liking it, that's a family. That's I can call that person a true fan. You know.
So you mean to say fans connect. So when
Yeah.
fans connect, the band feels that yes, what we tried to do has now we have reached a threshold where fans are connecting with us.
Exactly.
Now that's a different side of it, which I really like. But like you've been titled as like thrash metal, death metal, and even as silly as it sounds, you've been even called Vedic metal.
Yeah.
So how would Munz classify the Downtrodden's music?
Well, that's actually correct. I mean, there is stuff going on.
Hmm.
When we started, people started calling us metalcore band
Right.
because of Death Vanity. There's a breakdown and stuff.
Hmm.
When we released Shiva, people started calling us death metal because it's in Sanskrit. People started calling it Vedic metal.
Right.
Then later we released a song like Makfan Mohan and all. So it has some thrash portion. So people started calling, thrash metal.
Right.
Later we released a song called Nagavali. So it has some groove in it. So people think it's a groove metal. So these were the names people used to call us.
Hmm.
And we actually don't know. So I was saying, when we were composing Shiva,
Mm-hmm.
like we composed like half of the song and we sent to Baiju Dhammajan from Mother Jane.
Right.
So that time the song was not even composed properly. I mean, finished properly.
Mm-hmm.
So we then sent this song, and Baiju Chatan actually called us, and he was asking about the concept and stuff like that. Then later, he also asked the same question: "Are you guys confused about your sound?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Yeah." So we don't know what we are playing, and he said, "See, when he was in Mother Jane, it took around. They released one album. So while they were composing another album, then only they realized their sound.
Okay.
So it took like one album for them to understand what they were actually doing.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't know what we are into now, but I like to sustain that itself. I'm pretty sure it's metal, but I don't know how to put that in some dabba.
That's not even required. I mean, it's not necessary to be labeled as into a one specific spectrum of music. But that's good for you guys as well, because there's an element of surprise which you keep throwing here and there. So that again keeps us guessing. Oh, what are they playing now, or what are they going to do next? So that's great.
Yeah, that's good.
Now you got to tell me about Shiva, because if I'm not wrong, you were the first metal band from India whose video crossed 100,000 hits on YouTube. So, and that being a professionally shot music video, I don't think anybody in India, or let's say even DR, has crossed it only after, you guys did it like 2 years or 3 years ago. So that's a remarkable feat, looking at how you guys reflected your let's say your culture and everything into music, and then that made an impact.
Yeah, actually, again, it was not intentional. I don't know. I mean, so before we released the music video, so we were doing some college competition and stuff. So that time we had some money. We had some money, as in small amount of money. So it was a dilemma. So we didn't know like whether do an EP or a music video.
Right.
So we realized, if you release EP, people who know us and maybe their friends and people who's interested in new stuff might download it and they check it out. Or we release a music video. That time, even your haters will see it, even your lovers will see it.
Right.
Everyone will see it. Doesn't matter what. Even if you are not into metal, you will see it somehow. Out of curiosity maybe.
Absolutely.
So it has a good mileage. So we released the EP first, and people started recognize us. Then we waited. Then we released. We started playing in a lot of cities. So people started knowing us better. Then we released the album. So I think that was on the right time.
That's cool. So how does it feel to be? I mean, I want to put it this way, because they're very rare. It's very rare that I come across a metal band from India who actually deserve where they are right now without any, ass kissing scenes or on that, genre breaking things or old school, new school, like you said. I mean, you guys started with something in your mind, and you guys are delivering irrespective of what people call you or whether they like it or they hate it. So like I said from the beginning, that you stay true to your roots, and where you guys stand right now, definitely it must be a different feeling for you altogether, because I mean, come on, I mean, Alex changing his Skype status to your song, I mean, that's not a surprise for me. It's more like providing respect to the artist, and even those guys are known for that.
Yeah. So that's a true honor for us, because our guitarist Varun. So when we started playing, I mean, he did his first concert when he was in first standard.
Oh.
So he been playing since when he was kid. So that time there was no internet or there was no other resource to get metal, especially in a place like Kannur. So somehow, Varun had some of Megadeth. He had some of Iron Maiden. He has some of Judas Priest, and he had some Testament.
Okay.
So that was the collection for some time for him, like till he was in engineering or something. Till then he was listening to this. So that was his roots, actually, honestly.
Okay.
So he started learning Testament songs and everything, and that guitarist is saying something nice about you as a guitar player. I mean, so this is exactly what Varun told me. So this is what he feels,
Right.
So for each one of us, it's a very big thing, because we never imagined we'll make a band in the first place. So whatever happens, everything is like bonus for us.
Right.
Each and every moment is like bonus for me.
So I won't call it as a bonus, but I would say that, I mean, in the end, what matters is the music which is made to make an impact on people's mind and heart has to get appreciation from everywhere. So be it
That's
Alex,
okay.
be it Chris, or be it your fans, ultimately your goal is to reach audience.
Exactly. So when we were making the album, so we what we wanted is not selling the album, but to reach this music where it actually belongs
Right.
to. So when you make a product, once you release it, then it's not yours. The rating, the feedback, the comments, everything should come from outside, which is from the people. So it should reach to the right people. Imagine all our CDs went to some hipsters club and they played it and they reviewed it, and they are talking about this album. So how stupid that would be.
Right.
So it's all about to reach to make sure that music is reaching where it's actually supposed to reach.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree with that. Now you have to tell me about how you as a vocalist, I mean, I don't know you personally, but whenever I have had a conversation with you, I never felt that here's a band winning so many awards has taken that particular thing into their mind. I mean, I've seen many Indian metal bands. I generally don't say it online, but I prefer to keep it, just behind the scenes. But I've seen bands, they feel when they sit in, front of the computer, they are 10 feet tall. You're getting my point, right? So I come across such bands, they win awards and then they raise their collars and then you know what happens. So at the current, looking at the current time, where is the Downtrodden's heading to? I mean, has the success taken a toll on you guys, or it's just like a one-off moment and you guys are focused on the future?
When Undying Ink was touring, I think the Rolling Stone or some magazine featured them, and I read their interview. So in that, somebody from the band was saying there is no rock stars in India. There's only hardworking musicians.
Absolutely.
So that quote actually really relates. We are, compared to what's happening outside, especially in metal scene, India is, I don't know where it is. I mean, we have some awesome stuff, but when you talk about plot, when you talk about a platform, when you talk about the scene, when you talk about crowdfunding for a festival, so anything that be. So I don't know where India stands, but so I think we are a small community, so we have to stand together and make something awesome instead of this, bitches bark, man. So you guys are not bitches. Stop barking and work together and make something awesome. So that's what I believe in, So this actually, when we were, I never said this before, when we started as a band, we went to almost all competition. We went to IIT Saran.
I've seen you guys there.
We went to Mood Indigo. We went to all college festivals possible. And you know what? In that, I don't know how many, we went to Strawberry Fields. We failed in everything, We failed in each and everything. I mean, only some local college festivals. we got the first prize or second prize. Most of the time we were sharing with other bands from Kerala. So that was the scene there. Now, just because, I don't know, just because we release song or something, you won't suddenly become a rock
Absolutely.
star. You are still that music fan. I mean, how many gigs you have attended? How many festivals you have gone to? Have you ever saved some money and went outside and watched some shows? These are the questions what we should ask instead of acting like fucking rock star, man. I can say anything.
That's a valid point. Looking at how others, dig at these points, looking at how one feels after releasing one successful song, and some international band has heard the song, so they feel pretty much on like cloud 9, or let's say cloud 99. I mean,
yeah, because for me, I feel so humble and I feel so grateful for being in this band or being in being part of metal scene, because we feel like we are in a world where there is like shitloads of opportunity and stuff. Not really, actually. So we success is not about getting some awards, or success is not about releasing one CD and selling that thing, or success is not being most reached Facebook page. It's about sustaining, keeping your sound. People say AC/DC is my favorite band. I even did a tribute tattoo for them. Thunder, that's a thunder. So AC/DC, they've been keeping their sound for I don't know for how long, So, and people think that's easy. It's not. It's definitely not, because if you release one album and you are getting appreciation for your sound, and when you make the next album, obviously your hand will shiver for a second, thinking about, oh shit, we have to keep that sound. Now we have some boundaries. We are bounded. So that's a huge pressure.
Now, to sustain that pressure, if I would have to put it this way, looking at after the release of your debut album, are you guys planning to continue to remain focused as you were, or you just want to look at the current environment and the vibe around you guys and follow that? I mean, generally bands after they release one album, they tend to lose focus, especially in Indian metal scene. I've noticed it many times, although it's my personal view. From your point of view, where do you think is the Downtrodden's heading to? I mean, awards, we have the first album, successful album you guys got. Now, there's always a question where, because how are you, this album has actually set a bar for the Downtrodden's. So it's more like, I don't know, I mean, whether you read the status I'd put about Bullet for My Valentine, the Poison album made a huge impact in their career. And then the second album completely, drastically changed. So where is the Downtrodden's heading to?
Actually, I think we are now taking things a little more seriously than before. I mean, first, it's always about presenting something, saying, just giving, that's like a naming your baby. So, hey, or saying hi. So we just said hi to the scene. And now what we want to do is taking things a little more seriously. So we already started. I mean, I know this is a very cliche thing to say once you release your album, then next interview you go and say, hey, we actually started out with material and stuff. Not really. I mean, we even before releasing the album, we started because we got, we are playing this song every day. So we want something new. So we started working on it. Then we always have this thing, where we should focus, or should we focus? Or should we do a concept album, or should we just let it be? Let's the things comes and let's write music. So we were completely in dilemmas. So we were completely in confusion. So we didn't know what to do. Then we realized, I think this is too early to jump into a new pool. Don't, just because you release an album doesn't mean that you have to start working on the next album just like that. So what we thought is, let's study for some time instead of pushing concept of music, stuff like that. Let's study something for some time. So we decided to study about some of the old instruments, which is getting like extinct
from the music scene altogether.
All together, especially in folk. So if you go to North Kerala, place like Kasaragod and Kannur, Malappuram side, you will get some amazing dark instruments, which makes all the metalheads, hair stands for some time. Goosebumps, man. So that's like some dark stuff, and it's groovy. It's made for a devotional art called Theyyam. So this is for dancing, like a groove dancing. So those instruments we wanted to bring in our music because I think those instruments goes well with metal. So we want to collaborate those instruments and make something new out of it. So that is not easy. You can't just bring some instrument and that's fusion. You can't do that. So you have to study those.
That's where the valid points come to the picture, that you guys plan to bring that uniqueness in your music. Now you play with so many folk instruments. I mean, just one song, if I can give an example, I mean, when you release Nagavali, there's a lot of string sections. I think, if I'm not wrong, there's sitar as well, maybe?
Yeah, it's not sitar actually, but something similar sounding from Kerala.
So it's always a great thing, or let's say an element of surprise, to find how you guys shape up this. So that again sets a bar for you guys. How unique can you make another song and another album? So that again is, it all comes back to the same thing. The Downtrodden's expectations are way too high. Now it's all up to the band, and you guys are a powerhouse live. So one cannot doubt that. So right now, when those fans who haven't seen you, what can they expect at BOA? I mean, this is your first major festival in India. You'll be playing alongside legends. So this is a great achievement for you guys, that's for sure. So there's something special you guys have to do at BOA. So has that planning and analysis started already?
Honestly, no. Everyone is in a lot of mess. Some people have an exam. Varun has some exam to finish. Sushin has some film project to finish. I just got promotion today.
Man, looks like Flipkart has bought Mantra and you guys are on roll.
I don't know, man. I just got promotion and good salary hike. So I don't know what my responsibility is. Yeah, thanks, by the way. And Ganesh is into his thing. Advait is also into his thing. So, but this week onwards, we are going for a trip actually. This weekend. This weekend we are going for a Kodai trip. So we're gonna clear our mind and do something awesome. So I mean, I don't know, man. Sometimes we prepare too much and we fuck that show. Sometimes we don't give a shit about that show and we go and nail it. So I don't know how it's going to be, but it doesn't matter. Maybe you have seen our worst gig, maybe you have seen our decent gig, but I'll tell you something with guarantee that both of these gigs, we actually gave our 100%. Maybe it's some other factors making us look dumb bass on the stage, but we give 100% for sure. So what fans can expect? Of course, they can expect the entire album there. So that in playing that in front of some educated crowd, that would be really, really, because when we went to Mumbai and we played, people were actually, they don't give a fuck about anything. They just march, they just have amazing fun. That's like a party. But in Bangalore, there are some party people, but there are some other, diplomatic people. Just stand there and judge your sound and judge your stage presence and count your breakdowns so that they can figure out whether you are a new school band or old school band or whatever. So that's a difference. So I mean, it's always honor to play in front of this crowd, and so we are hoping for the best. Maybe maybe some people uh, are hearing us for the first time in that gig. I'm pretty sure a lot of new listeners will be there. So that would be nice because I hope they will like our music and start following us. So that would be something
That's really
awesome.
cool. Now, seeing you guys play in Bangalore many times, I'm sure, like you said, that fans, or let me say, people who come to your gigs aren't there to enjoy, aren't there to enjoy the unique music, but they're there to count breakdowns and how the stage presence is. So you played in Mumbai as well. So how different do you
Yeah.
feel the environment is? I mean, of course, on social media we've heard a lot of shit, backstabbing, people talking from Bangalore versus Mumbai and all that crap. About you, because you as an independent person, as a musician, you can see in front of your eyes who's enjoying it and who is being fake in front of you. So
Yeah.
difference between the crowd between Bangalore and Mumbai. Honest answer.
See, I mean, Bangalore is like Bangalore shaped us actually. So, I mean, though this old school, new school, and everything, when we came, we are actually not from Bangalore.
Right.
We are from Kannur. So we are from Kannur. Bangalore actually embraced us. So doesn't matter it's an old school gang or new school gang. They both of them actually supported us very well. Bands like Beverly, Dying Embrace, they supported us a lot. Inner Sanctum, they referred us, they gave us gigs, they gave us maximum promotion, they supported us. At the same time, here like mosquitoes, ancient mosquito, they gave us gig. We played with Final Surrender, so that scene is also happening. So that was amazing. But still, when we went to Mumbai, maybe because we've been playing
Long
in South
time.
India for a long time, yeah, and we went to Mumbai little far, from Hyderabad because the far
Right.
we played was Hyderabad. We played there in Mumbai. That was a different feeling because when you stand there, the entire eyes from the
Right.
crowd is on you. So that's a big pressure, actually. Everyone is looking at you. Person like me who's not fluent in English and all, it would be very difficult for me to stand there and handle the crowd. But it's a different feeling when the crowd started singing your song and dancing. That's a different song. I remember when I was singing Death Vanity. It was not even uh, like the highlight of the albums, but we didn't even
Right.
release a single, uh, the album version. But still, when we were singing that song, the entire crowd was singing with us. I can hear, even after this monitor and everything, I can hear this crowd singing. That's a support. That was a
A
really
million
good
dollar
feeling.
feeling.
And people are till you finish your set, the people still moshing, they're headbanging, crowd surfing, they're growling with me. So that was big. I was giving mic to the front crowd, and they were actually helping me singing Nagavalli. They know the song. So that was a real difference. And in Bangalore also we get a lot of support, but seeing a new crowd for the first time
Right.
and they're loving you like this, that was a good feeling. That's the only difference I've seen. And honestly, everyone chill there, everyone hang out. There is no group. I mean, I have no clue about the scene there. I don't know what's happening. But still, in that place, there was no group as such. Everyone was talking to everyone else, and everyone was having party. So it was a great
That's
experience.
wonderful, Munz. Now, Munz, I'll talk about your journey, because a person who works at Flipkart, a person who is behind the mic, a person who is now a husband, and a person who is a great photographer. So
Oh,
where
great.
how do you manage your work? I mean, there are a lot of things you do in your life, and I'm sure you're passionate about all of them. So how does Munz
Yeah.
find time for this, be it weekdays or weekends? How does it all happen?
No, actually, if you consider something as part of your life, then you don't have another option. You have
Right.
to do it, right? because see, if shitting is your part of your body system, then you have to shit. You can't hold that, right? So just like that, music. Whenever there's a gig, I will go practice. I will put my heart out. I will growl. I'll do that. So, and if band requires from me for the songwriting or lyrics writing or concept or anything, I'm there. Photography is also like it's part of my job also. So I direct shoots and everything. And whenever I get time, I go out and click some photos because we like to travel and we click photos. That's it. And yeah, and office is office. You know, you are married now. You have wife, so do work and you make some money, and that's how you can support your family and your band.
That's great.
Yeah.
So you have to tell me this.
So I'm managing it nicely. As of now, everything is going smoothly.
That's
that. Yeah, I'm getting time
That's
for
wonderful.
everything.
Now that brings me to the question that you have a nice beard now. So when are you planning to make a Kirk Winstein white color? You getting my point?
It's very funny. My wife is laughing here. You know why? I will tell you a story, bro. Dude, you know that I'm a graphic designer. So you know that I have at least some basic understanding of color theory and colors, right? I wanted to give some white streak here and there for the mature look. So I went to HSR where I stay. I went and searched each and every this men's saloon, beauty parlor everywhere to get some white streak. Nobody has it. So I was tired. I came back. Then near to my house, I saw a small, shop named Beauty Parlor and stuff. So I thought I will give it a try there also. You know, I went there and they said, "Oh, white? Yeah, I will give you white in, a couple of minutes." I was like, "Wow, that's confidence." And she said, "It won't be actually precisely white, but there will be some. It will be like lightning color." I was like, "That's nice. I mean, lightning is also white or blue or somehow it will look like white." So yeah, I said yes. Dude, I sat there for like fucking 2 hours or something. She washed my beard. Oh my God, I can look at myself because my face is like glowing like a sun because the entire this thing was fucking gold. Gold and brown mix. I was like fucking lion or something, dude. Like a Simba. Oh, that shit. Oh, fuck. So I didn't know what to do. And the worst thing is, she convinced that color was white. As a graphic designer, that's a failure because she was taking this brochure and putting it here and saying, "Hey, this is white, this is white." For 20 minutes, she was saying the same thing. And I was like, "Okay, this is white." And I had to leave from there. So that's the answer for that. And if I get some color, I'll have to wait for a couple of years. I mean, not a couple of years, some years to do get the natural color. I will color it.
Wonderful, Munz. Now, Munz, you have to tell me about your fans who are gonna see this interview and also gonna catch you guys at BOA. If I have to ask you to define the expectations they have from you in just one sentence.
They're gonna see destruction.
Now, is that the destruction related to the Downtroddens or the actual destruction?
Both.
There we go, brother. Thanks, Munz. I had a great time with you.
Yeah.
I wish we can...
Is it going to be the video?
No, it's up to you. If you want me to post it, I can do that as well. So.
Oh, yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool. But I didn't know. So whatever happened here, it's
all good. No. I just wish your family would have also been part of this. It would have been a great experience.
Oh, those people just left. I mean, I was about to say that those fuckers left. But since you said it's going to be uploaded, I was like, oh yeah.
It's all good, brother. Now,